So I love watching YouTube as well, and on a Sunday night, one person I watch regularly is a guy called Wendall Explores. He's got a fantastic channel exploring the Cornish coast and around the world as well. So I'm based in Cornwall for the next couple of weeks. He's here as well, so we've been DMing on Instagram, and we thought we'd meet up because he's never actually been inside a Tesla before. So I thought I'd take him for his first spin in the Tesla Model 3. Now I don't know if you can see this, but there are actually dolphins down there. So I am here with the one and only Wendall Explores. We've just had a little coffee and talking about what we're going to film today, but it's Wendall's first ever test drive? Or?
I'm losing my Tesla virginity.
Yeah.
To you, Mark.
Thank you.
Well, to the Tesla, you're the pimp. Am I allowed to say that on your channel?
Yeah.
You're pimping out your Tesla to me. Yeah.
So yeah, pretty honoured to have Wendall with me today. As I said in the intro, I watch a lot of Wendall's videos on the weekend, so I feel like I know this guy.
Yeah, we spoke a lot,
yeah.
and I feel like I know Mark pretty well, so it's good to meet up at last.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So maybe let's go for the first test drive, see what you think.
Right on, yeah.
In the passengers, that kind of feels weird getting passenger side of my own car, but...
Yeah, I feel weird getting in a car that doesn't have a handle. Mark did give me a tutorial on how to open the thing, let alone drive it. But there we go, I'm in. No, like, mechanical hum, obviously, because for an immediate... You see me when I went for the gear stick straight away? I drive big transit vans for a living at the moment, and there's a lot of gear work involved in that.
Turn left onto Higher.
So I think my hand's going to be going there for the whole process of us filming this video.
What we'll do as well, you probably won't feel it as much because we're going downhill, but if you let go of the accelerator now, you feel the car just automatically goes to stop.
Yeah, now this is probably a really bad driving like trait I've got, but I do idle down hills in neutral quite a bit, which is, I mean, I'm sure you're taught not to do that. That self-braking thing's weird, isn't it?
It takes a while to get used to.
It almost feels like if you're in a mechanical car, that like your car's like broken down or something. It just it feels like it tightens up.
Yeah. Apparently it puts, this may not be a fact, but apparently it puts 70% of the energy that you put into accelerating back into the battery for that period of time. You see,
really?
There's a little bar here that I'll show you.
So do you not? A lot of time, do you not brake? Do you not put your foot on the brake?
Yeah, you can. I never brake really. Yeah. You kind of get used to it so much that you know if that car stopped, you could let go now and roughly where the car would stop. So apparently, a Tesla will only need its brakes changing once every 10 years.
Yeah.
Because you'll use the regen instead. But you've got this little bar here. It goes green when it's regenning.
Yeah.
And it goes black. You know, the higher that bar goes, the more energy you're using.
Yeah. There we go. So now, oh my God.
So you can see it.
It really has an acceleration in it.
Yeah.
Jesus, yeah. I mean, I just put my foot down there for like a little bit of gas, and it took off like a rocket.
So what we should do when we get to a completely flat, safe bit.
Probably not going to happen in this part of Cornwall.
Yeah.
But
Nice dry flat bit of road.
Yeah.
You can do it from standstill.
Maybe we'll get down on the A30 before the end of the day.
It's a little bit slippery around here at the moment, isn't it?
So how is it for holding the road? How are the tyres? How's the grip?
It's good. It's good overall. I think I have noticed when it is really wet and slippery, because the car's so heavy, the problem is if you do get into a little slip, the weight of the car just pulls it.
Okay, so is it heavier than the average car?
Yeah, I think it's almost twice as heavy.
That's
as the
surprising.
Battery.
Okay, so that really freaks me out. That when you take your foot off the accelerator,
it's like I'm a learner driver.
Yeah,
doing it for you, isn't it?
How is it for a passenger? Because that's making me a little bit nauseous. Does that make you nauseous when it sort of like tightens up when you take your foot off the accelerator?
Yeah, I'm kind of used to it. So what you get used to is taking your foot off the accelerator, you know, slowly.
Yeah.
And you kind of almost play with it a little bit.
Yeah.
With a normal car, you just take it off and you roll, don't you? But it takes a little while to get used to. I see that a lot on the Tesla forums, or if someone comments on my video, they're like, "Oh, I've got this. I hate it." You know.
Yeah.
But it's just, I think it's one of those things you get used to, and then when you go back to a regular car, you kind of miss it a little bit. It's odd.
So this is over the hills of Zena. We're going to drive out to the village of Zena. I think I've filmed over here before. I once went up to an abandoned farmhouse, one of the first videos, up the top of Zena Moors up there. Wow. But it is a really wild, beautiful part of Cornwall. There's often a lot of cows in the road, and like a lot of just like beautiful farmland. It's really, really exposed in winter, so it's quite lucky for Mark to be down here for a couple of months and he's got this spell of beautiful weather, because often it's such a desolate and remote part of Cornwall that, I mean, it's not normally like this until summer.
What I think is quite special about Cornwall is you get a little bit of everything, don't you? You get the sea, you get some not huge mountains, but some smaller hills and mountains, and, a little bit of the rugged cliffs. There was kind of a little bit of everything.
Yeah. So I've got one question, Mark. I've always worried about what they call range anxiety in these electronic vehicles. So how, after having this car for like 2 years, what's your experience of range anxiety? Like, do you think you've kind of figured out how to roll with it now?
Initially, when you first get it, it is pretty bad, because it's like a phone, when your phone gets down to 20-30%, you're thinking, oh shit, I'm gonna have to charge it soon.
Well, I'll jump in quickly if you don't mind. It's a little bit different to a phone, because when your phone runs out, you just haven't got a phone. But when your vehicle runs out in an area like this, like it's a bit more of an actual physical crisis than your phone running out.
Well, I've been okay. I think it does more miles than I thought it would do, and then you kind of get used to charging up a little bit before you're getting somewhere. So if I was coming to St Ives, say for the first time, I'd probably have stopped in Camborne where the Tesla superchargers are, topped it up to 100%, and then I've got it all for the week. Now the charge will last probably a week of average
just
driving,
pottering around Carbis Bay and going to Tesco,
the shops and work and things.
Maybe going to Truro once or something like that.
So that was one thing. I think when you first get it, you're a bit paranoid, and you're looking at the maps where a charger is and stuff. That's one thing I say about Cornwall. There aren't that many chargers about.
No.
So at the moment it's fine, because Carbis Bay has a charger there, and there's one at the Tesco's. But I have been here in summer, and every time I wanted to charge, there was a car there. So you have to drive a bit further out to find the next charger, and then that could be full. So I think in certain places here in Norfolk, where I'm from as well, the infrastructure still isn't quite there. It's, I mean, if you're lucky enough to have a house that has a charger, right? I mean, I don't, but if you do, I can see that probably all your anxiety's gone, because you just wake up every morning with a full tank essentially. But
so I at the moment I'm delivering Amazon parcels as I'm like sort of in between things, and I noticed when I have been back to the Midlands that a lot of the Amazon fleet is now electric. But that's not the case in Cornwall. We're still on diesel transits and sprinters, and I just don't think at the moment that would work in Cornwall. There's just not enough charge points, especially when you're doing like over 100 miles a day in the Lizard. So we're in the village of Zena. There's not a lot going on, but it is a beautiful place. That's the pub there if you want to take the missus for a drink, the old Tinner's Arms of Zena. Now we are just gonna turn around, so I don't think we'll be paying for parking. And then immediately I'm going for the gear stick again there. So what is that? It? Do I need to press a brake button?
You press the P.
You're all good. So if I just got out of this car now with my atrophied phone or key card in my wallet, that's it. I don't even have to press lock.
Yeah, just locks itself.
I just go in the pub.
Yeah, all done.
Sweet. Yeah, I found that quite easy, to be honest. Yeah.
That's it.
And that's it.
Yeah, that's it. As soon as those cameras come on there, you're kind of good to go. That should give you a little.
It feels like I'm just rolling.
So we've done a little drive so far. What have you thought about the initial drive to where we are now?
To start with, it freaked me out. I'm still getting used to finding neutral then drive. There we go. To start with, it freaked me out. I've still got a bit of an issue with the fact that it kind of brakes for you whenever you take your foot off the accelerator, and it makes me feel a little bit nauseous. It is incredibly smooth to drive. You get used to the fact that it doesn't make as much sound as what I would call a normal car. Very quickly, I'm getting used to the experience. It holds the road pretty well,
Yeah, it's sort of, I've always found sort of through doing these videos, I've had a few different kind of cars, and let's say always sort of second-hand cars, but it's the one thing I like about the Tesla. It's kind of a good all-rounder. Like, I wouldn't say, and I know a lot of people will be offended on my channel by saying it's not, I don't think it's the best looking car ever, but it's got so many things that just tick the box. It's very comfortable. I like the tech. It's very comfy to drive. It's very quick. Cheap to run. It's not bad looking, but it's I think that for me it's got a lot of things that it ticks.
It's quite ergodynamic to look at.
Yeah.
For those that want a lot of personality in the look of the car, it's quite generic, isn't it?
Yeah.
Essentially, you see one Tesla, you kind of seen them all.
Yeah.
But there are obviously different models. I'm learning to trust it. That's what it is. We like anything in life or anybody you meet, you have to learn to trust them, and then you learn their ways, and then you move forward with your relationship. And
Yeah.
me and Tesla, we're probably past the first date now.
Where we heading?
We are going to a beach called Porthtowan Cove, which is it's like in between Zena, where we just stopped for a little moment for a break, and St Just, which is one of the most Cornish towns left in this part of Cornwall. Old like mining towns and relics of the mining era all around us. We're coming through the Zena moors now. Beautiful, scenic, very remote, rugged area. And Porthtowan Cove is a little bit of a hidden gem, but it's a beautiful remote place, and it's far lesser visited by the tourist crowd. So I'm quite looking forward to showing Mark around one of my favourite beaches in Cornwall.
So I was saying as well, if you haven't come across Wendell's channel before, definitely check it out if you're into exploring. There's a lot of Cornwall videos on there, a lot of travel videos. Recently been to Marrakesh.
Yeah. Marrakesh and other parts of Morocco.
So it's
beautiful country, beautiful people, yeah.
So what Wendell does is he kind of gives you the, shows you a bit of the touristy stuff, but gives you a lot of the places that you wouldn't normally see, I think, and shows you a bit of the local lifestyles and stuff, the Marrakesh ones.
I just see things the way I see them and take you along for the ride. So this is Pendine Lighthouse. Pretty stunning views from up here. We can definitely park here.
Yeah.
But it's a bigger walk.
Okay.
Not that bothers me. Should we just park here anyway?
Yeah, I can do. Yeah.
Let's have a little bit of a turn. Park it. Yeah. You can't boat Cove. Yeah. You can't drive down there. Yeah. Right. I've got to turn around here. Let's do it down there at the. There's a turn around there. You might be nervous about me turning around there, but I'm pretty comfortable at turning around.
It's a tiny little ledge, and then we're off the.
Yeah, we could take the Tesla off the cliff, see if it swims.
Look at that! Couldn't get any more Cornish, but right at the
old Pendine Lighthouse. Yeah. So let's do a bit of a turnaround. Let's see how the Tesla deals with this tight turnaround space on the cliffs. It's a bit shorter than the van that I have to turn around in places like this. Are you nervous of me driving here, Mark?
A little bit, a little slight. Yeah, a little bit.
We'll be fine. We'll be fine. You've got a van driver here. I've got a part-time YouTuber, full-time van driver. There we go.
Nice, and we're out.
So the beach that we're going to visit is Porthtowan Cove, which is down there. Just down there, basically. I think the tide's quite in, so there won't be a lot of beach, unfortunately. But we'll have a little wander. We'll get a bit of a suntan.
So we have now made it to Pendine Lighthouse, the first stop in our journey. I think Wendell was enjoying the Tesla for his first trip, so we've just come back down to this spot here. Looks absolutely stunning. Do a bit of the cliff walking.
Yeah, you want to
down?
down this cliff, Mark?
Wendell is not disappointed with the first view.
Yeah, I had a word with the Cornish weather gods.
Look at this.
And look at this, yeah. Powerful ocean on a still day. Old engine houses littering the cliffs all the way around the coast.
It's pretty warm as well, isn't it, today? No.
Yeah. I will say
week of
that
Feb.
when we go down to Porthtowan Cove, it can be quite shady down there, because the cliffs sort of loom above it, and I'll definitely take my coat, because out of the sun I think it'll be freezing, to be honest. It is still early February.
So out of all your spots you've been to in your videos, where would you say is your favourite sort of 2 or 3 places?
Different spots for different purposes. This is one of the most beautiful, lesser visited coves, and I got a bit of stick for one of the videos I did down here because it was like giving away the secret of this cove, and it got a fair few views. But it still doesn't really seem to have like overrun it with tourists.
No.
So definitely down here. I'm a massive fan of Penny Vounder. A lot of people do check out that cove now. It is incredibly hard to get down to. You've got to climb down the cliff, but it's incredibly photogenic. Beautiful place on a summer's day. You think you're in the Caribbean. So I love it round there. And I also absolutely love the Lizard Peninsula because it's just so wild and remote. And some of the villages and like little coves and cliff walks on the Lizard are absolutely awesome. Well, what a scenic mission. Woo, sweating.
Yeah.
I'm gonna sweat on.
Here we are.
Oh, nothing ever runs smoother. Okay.
Giving it a 10 out of 10, this, Wendell.
10 out of 10?
10 out of 10.
Even for the half-shaded beach, you give it a 10?
I think so, yeah. I like
me,
that
it's a
about
9.
it. 9,
Yeah.
9. Now time for the trek back up.
Yeah, big trek.
Back to the Tesla.
Bit bigger than we planned. We were going to park in that car park. Elon Musk sent us the wrong way. Would you trust him to navigate all the space for all of mankind when he can't even send us to the right car park in Cornwall?
Next,
We are. Well, I guess we've got to find our way out of this little village of Morva, Pendine, one of the two, waving at us there. Maybe they're Wendell or Mark Brown fans, we never know. And then, yeah, we're going to make our way back past St Ives the way we've come, because it's going to take a long time to go all the way around otherwise. And we'll hit the A30 and put the pedal to the metal.
So a great little visit down to that little cove, fantastic. So yeah, now we're gonna take Wendell, as he says, we're gonna do a little 0 to 60 because I remember when I first got the car, that was one of the things that just blew my mind, I think, you know, just the feeling of it and the speed. I never had a car quite this quick. So yeah, it's gonna be interesting to see what you think.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to having my mind blown. So I'm gonna give it a go, put my foot down. We're not going from 0 to 60, but oh my god. It's like a spaceship. If you put your feet down fully, I don't think my foot was even fully down.
No.
And the acceleration is like a spaceship.
You can hear the little noise as well it makes. It's like a little spacey noise.
Not that I have even obviously ever flown a spaceship, but oh my god, that's mental. That's insane. I've never been in a vehicle that accelerates like that.
It's crazy. Okay, so we had a good hike,
Yeah.
good drive.
Yeah.
What is your overall experience, your first experience of the Tesla?
To start with, I was a bit reluctant because it felt very weird. Wasn't, you know, it was quite alien compared to my experience of driving a normal car. But very quickly, I got used to all the new ways of like accelerating, decelerating, and almost like controls, or at least the simple controls. I haven't done anything that technical. So there's definitely some very clever technology in this car. I will say that it definitely has taken a little bit of fun out of driving for me.
Yeah.
Taken the like the autonomy out of the driver's experience. So it's ended up being, although very pleasant, a little bit of a boring drive. And I know that might upset some people that watch a Tesla Focus channel.
It's going to upset a few, I think.
But, you know, old Wendell can only say it as he sees it, as he drives it. And it's really impressive technology. So technology, like 10 out of 10, without a doubt. And one of the smoothest interactive experiences I've ever had. But it's not the same. But maybe that's just the way the world's going, and I've got to get used to it. Yeah.
Thank you very much today. Had a great hike, great journey.
Oh, thanks for trusting your life and your car's life in my hands. Yeah.
Luckily, I think we've ended up with no scratches, no curved alloys.
We've still got about a mile to go.
Yeah. So yeah, cheers, thanks very much.
Yeah, cheers, man.
And I hope you've enjoyed the video as well. Drop a like or comment below. Make sure to check out Wendell's channel. I'll put a link in the description. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.